Day on this hallowed ground of Nkrumah, where Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was born, exactly 114 years ago. We gather here to celebrate his memory and legacy. It is with proud reverence that we commemorate his 114th birthday celebration. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was at his core a pragmatist, a freedom fighter, a visionary leader, a generational thinker, and a global icon. As we pay tribute to this visionary leader, we must take opportunity to reflect on his tremendous contribution and achievement. And the question must be asked, why do we celebrate Nkrumah? Why must Ghanaians journey to Nkrumah on the 21st September annually? Because number one, a dream of Ghana independence. We all know that he spearheaded Ghana's independence. We celebrate him because after that independence, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah also led the Pan-African movement that culminated in the formation of the African OAU, which we today call AU. No wonder today his statue stands tall in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. We celebrate Kwame Nkrumah because of his achievement, which is so fundamental in the educational sector. We remember his achievement where he established free education. That free education for primary and middle schools, his free senior high schools, that free education had no red or green light. In fact, it had a free flow of traffic for all Ghanaians. We remember him because he established Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Don't let us forget that. Can you imagine Ghana without Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology? Can you imagine? We remember him because he turned the University College of Gold Coast into the University of Ghana. Remember that? And he became the first chancellor of the University of Ghana. We remember that because within just 9 years, he established 16 teacher training colleges. We know those to sustain us. Without these schools, can you imagine the educational system? We remember him because of what he did with infrastructure. Kwame Nkrumah remembered that as a country, we need fundamentally to have a solid infrastructure. He started with energy. Energy security is key. Can you imagine Ghana even in 2023 without a Akosombo Dam? Can you imagine Ghana, not in 1957, but in 2023 without Tema Harbor? Can you imagine Ghana today in the eastern region without the Adome Bridge? We remember Kwame Nkrumah. We celebrate his legacy because of massive industrialization. Think about it. Akosombo Texas Limited, Takoradi Flour Mills, Tema Oil Refinery, Kumasi Shoe Factory, Valco, Aboso Glass Factory, Zwarugu Meat Factory, Kwalugu Tomato Factory, Kumasi Jute Factory, Insawom Cannery, Takwa Bonsa Tie Factory, Bogatanga Meat Processing, and the list goes on. The list goes on. What is the state of these industries today? What is the state of the industries today? He created all these industries in 9 years. And guess what? No slogans. Because they were real factories. Not one district, one factory. In the health sector, can you imagine Konfuanochi Teaching Hospital, which Osajifo turned from Kumasi Central Hospital and really modernized. We celebrate him because of all the things he did in the health sector. We celebrate him because of all the things he did in the financial sector. Can you imagine Osagyefo today without the establishment of the Bank of Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, Agricultural Development Bank, National Investment Bank, State Insurance, Social Security and National Insurance Trust? Today, what is the state of our financial sector? That is why we need to remember and celebrate Osagyefo. But we must ask the question today, what is the state of our financial sector? Even the Bank of Ghana is on the verge of collapse. Sad in 2023. Let me warn the people of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana is so collapsed, get ready for another tax. And we bet it's going to be called the Bank of Ghana recapitalization tax. We remember him because of what he did in the agriculture sector. Can you imagine the state of the cocoa board, the dear cocoa board of Osagyefo? But ladies and gentlemen, what is more important? The relevance of all the vision and all the things he did today. What did Kwame Nkrumah say about the need for Africa to unite or perish? He says we should be quick in uniting. We should have one common currency, one African passport and visa, one African foreign policy, one African military force. Guess what? These have all been adopted by the European Union. We remember Kwame Nkrumah. And the only way we survive is to go back to these values. Osagyefo, where are you? Osagyefo, where are you? We also honor Osagyefo's memory as Ghanaians because we cannot forget the brutalities that occurred after his overthrow in 1966. We remember. Ya catching Zimang Bavra Nemrera. Mozwa Bovirke. Doniala Anbe Yejima of Flagstaff House. Miamolu cook. Miamolu watchman. Miamolu security guard. Beholi Jima, 23rd of February 1966. Ayobiala Mubebiaku. Bemua Bewuri. Yakachi. Dr. Francis Bedu. Ninyamo Dele. The University of Ghana Medical Center. Mo behulu Kwame Nkrumah odo mumure yanganzma kon yo wuria. Yakachi brofra yaba. Madam McBain. Manuel matron wa Flagstaff House. Mo be duru Nkrumah sojama repli yale mbasabasa. Yakachi boy Moses. Kwame Nkrumah security guard. Moba yari nani ba duri tunu no ba yiri wo ba bori yenyangba. Yakachi. We remember boy Moses. We remember those sad days, those atrocities. We cannot forget. That is why we have to travel to Nkrumah and remember. We remember Mami Esielua, a staunch Nkrumah supporter who was picked up at her home in Takoradi with her hands tied. We remember the brutalities. We remember Madanyane Best poor homestead security guard who was bombed with neighboring houses as collateral damage. We cannot forget the thousands that suffered so much in prison, including my own grandfather, D.C. Animan. We cannot forget the thousands who had to run away to Cote d'Ivoire. Yeri Elone nzimang mama be vlike, mo be ngandi ba France ba mako. Yakachi omwala. Anamo. I can pay your kaniazo, mutimba conclude. The outstanding legacies of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah are immortal and can never be erased from the annals of history. And as has been stated, for those who want to try to erase his name from history, they must try it, but they will fail. His words, and I quote, "As far as I'm concerned, I am in the knowledge that death can never extinguish the torch which I have lit in Ghana and Africa. Long after I'm dead and gone, the light will continue to burn and burn aloft, giving light and guidance to all people." These words were not mere rhetoric. Our gathering here today is a clear testament to the truth of his words. As we honor his 114th birthday of the greatest African of the millennium, ladies and gentlemen, please join me to make this journey to Nkrumah even bigger and an awe-embracing in the coming years. And on this note, Mr. Speaker, let me talk, Mr. Chairman, call you Mr. Speaker. Nana, I think very soon we'll make you a speaker. Nana, Mama Ngechi wa ye menzinian. Well, come on, dear DC declare. We have few problems we need to address and address collectively, honestly. We are in the town of Nkrumah. All our water bodies are completely damaged. Just try any water body around. They are all brown. And we pretend we arrest young people who cannot even buy a bicycle. They can't buy any of the machines that are used for galamsey. We arrest them and leave the real big guys behind. We need to address the issue of galamsey and make sure we can make it right. We need to deal with the challenges of our road. We need to deal with the issues of unemployment. Taking steps. In the last 2 weeks, I led an initiative called Scale Up Elemble. And the target is to train 2,000 young people. I ask all of you gathered here to support our forward march. And finally, I am happy to announce a donation of 30,000 Ghana cedi to the family home of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, where our mother, Nana Yaneba, Ola, Mijo kama wa yari arake, Avramu yedira, yedi, ya yedebie, Moti meva ezukwa, 30,000 Ghana cedi. Kama tuika, na yebia mo akra abuam avre ka mo yerira ye ka wiela o ka yesesia ninya Kwame Nkrumah suani enu ele ka mo ye nana ye ma menya ne balala no ye krama ebia abuka mo. Join me in this crusade to give honor to the memory of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Let's reaffirm our commitment to keeping his spirit alive and giving oxygen to his sacred dream. Nkrumah never dies.